Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hollywood Actor's Guide to Surviving the Film and TV Industry. I am your host, Jennifer Lynn Warren, an actor, writer, director living here in Los Angeles, California. And today's quote is by Theodore Roosevelt, and he said, "In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing, the next best thing is the wrong thing, and the worst thing you can do is nothing." And I know there's a lot of you out there that are doing nothing. Now, thankfully, at the very least, you're listening to a podcast about acting and the business of acting. And so thank goodness all of my listeners are at least doing something. So congratulations. I am proud of all of you because every little thing that you do in this business counts. So I thought I would give a rundown really quick of some websites or maybe even some Facebook groups that you guys can join to maybe get some support and, help you guys out along your journey. Of course, the first one that you always have to, bring up is Actors Access. If you're not on Actors Access, you're not an actor. So get on there. It's also known as Breakdown Services, but that's more the professional side of things. For you, the actor, you will go to actorsaccess.com. Next after that will be LA Casting or Casting Networks, because I know it's called different things in different areas, and a quick Google search will let you know which one. And if you don't know which one, call Casting Networks and ask them. Another place that you guys can go for some support, etc., is, believe it or not, I don't really advocate this in like your big markets, not really so much Los Angeles and New York, but the smaller markets can actually be good to go to Craigslist. I got quite a few acting jobs when I was in Louisiana and in Houston through Craigslist. I've noticed now that I am in a large market that Craigslist is a lot more scammy and not the best place, but for smaller markets, that tends to be a good place to go. For those of you out there wanting to get some support as a writer, and even if you are an actor, especially a novice actor looking to connect, go to stage32.com. You're going to find mostly writers on there, but you're also going to find directors, and you're going to find a few other actors. And it's a really great place to connect, to find scripts to read, to put your script out there. Now, don't put your script up and just expect everyone to read it and give you feedback. Start giving other people feedback on their scripts first, and then you can start asking for feedback on yours. And if you start reading the scripts that other writers and directors have out there, and if you find someone local to your market, hey, you guys might be able to collaborate. Another site is nowcasting.com. That site doesn't seem to be too great for the Los Angeles market, but I have noticed that some actors in my smaller markets do really well with nowcasting.com. For my Facebook people, all right, Facebookers, there are a couple groups that I want you to look into. One is, low budget films is what I believe. I'm going to look it up. It's low budget films, indie filmmaking, low budget filmmakers. There are directors on there all the time scouting for actors and for people to work with around them. There's also $0 Heroes. That's really great if you are literally just trying to get your first credit. It's not a place you're going to make a paycheck, guys, but these are people who are filmmakers that are looking for collaborators. And then there is the low budget. Oh, no, I gave you guys that one. Let's see. Oh, if you are especially in the Los Angeles area and you're looking to make extra money, there's a great group called Brand Ambassadors of the greater Los Angeles area. So if you're looking to pick up work here and there, obviously brand ambassador work, but they do pay pretty well. They usually don't allow jobs that pay under $20 an hour on there. So that can be pretty good. Then, of course, there's Self-Management for Actors. And if you haven't read that book by Bonnie Gillespie, I highly recommend it. But her, it's a closed group, so you have to ask to go in and let them know I sent you. You're going to find a lot of other motivated actors on there, which is really great. And if you need a laugh on Facebook, my favorite group is a group called Movie Set Memes. And if you've been on a set, then you're going to find their memes absolutely hysterical. And what's great is the moderator never allows repeat memes. So you're always getting something new for you to laugh at during the day. And another group we may not think of, and this comes out from, I threw my back out this week. I tried to go to my chiropractor. He was not in the office. I had to get to work. So I went to the nearest chiropractor. They paid me. Oh God, I wish they would. They charged me $200 to go see them. And I did not feel better. I went back the next day, which they told me would be free. And so I went back and it still didn't help. And now they're trying to collect payment for the second day. And I'm like, hey, you said it would be free. And so last night I went on to Groupon. I do love Groupon. And if you don't know about Groupon as an actor, I recommend it because I went in there and I bought a couple of deals on different chiropractors in town. I got some cryotherapy deals, like anything I could think of to help my back. And if you're a broke actor and you can't afford the really expensive acting schools, there are startup schools that tend to have really good deals on Groupon as well. Are they any good? I don't know. But if you are just starting out and beginning as an actor, you just need to get into class. So see if there's something local you need to get in class. And if you need to do it cheap, Groupon is a way to go, guys. When you think Hollywood and movies, you think Hollywood, California, even though there aren't really much studios in Hollywood, California. They're in like Culver City and Burbank, but I digress. Or you think of New York or New Orleans or Vancouver, but very few out there, I bet, would name China, even though China has a massive studio system in their country. They have more movie screens than most any other nation on earth. They have more paid subscribers in streaming services than the rest of the world, and Netflix doesn't even operate in China. They have the most internet users of anywhere. I mean, they're very, very plugged in, and they're making their own movies. And I think we think of China and movies being popular over there. You're going to think, oh, like Avengers. Well, of course Avengers is playing over there. And of course it's doing really well. But they're making their own movies. And the market over there is absolutely massive. Now, why do I bring it up? I bring it up because I bet there are some of you out there that either have connections in China, or you speak Chinese, or you're trying to break into the industry, and you might be struggling a bit here in the United States, whereas you may be able to take advantage of the fact that China has a lot of money and they are gearing to make movies, guys. They really want to make movies. Now, they don't really follow a lot of Hollywood standards on how movies are made. So you do need to be careful if they start saying, hey, we're going to give you this amount of money to make this movie. Make sure you have that money in some sort of escrow before you start shooting anything or putting pre-production together. Because I do have a friend that got, quote, financing, and then the investors from China just decided they didn't want to make the movie anymore. And suddenly, like, they had to try to go after these guys with lawyers because they had to pay everyone that had been in that production office for 2 weeks. But the money's there. They're looking for creatives. So those of you out there who are writers, the Chinese market, if you can creatively, make a great script, it's another way in. And this is something you guys need to pay attention to. We're so focused on everything being whitewashed in Hollywood. And now with the movement, we're seeing a lot more like Black and Latino representation, which is fantastic. Very little Asian representation. But the ironic thing is the Asian market is one of the hugest as far as movie consumption. So think about that and think about the future. You guys got to be aware of everything that's happening. You don't want to be sideswiped by anything, and you want to be able to figure out, where can I take advantage of everything around me? What do I have connections to? Okay, guys, to round up today, I'm going to give you some insight into the world of the casting room. Sometimes you're going in and you're going to be expecting to be reading with the casting director, and in your mind you're like, oh my God, this is only the assistant, and you're going in with some negative thoughts. And this happens a lot in commercial auditions especially, but it can happen other places as well. But what I want you to understand, what some actors don't realize, is that casting directors are often sitting in their office with monitors that have like feed from all the rooms, or they have several monitors set up, and they are watching all of the auditions and listening to them as they are going on in all of the rooms. That way they can be in multiple sessions at once and making notes on which actors they want to call back without actually having to be in the room and without having to interact with the actor. And it gives them a chance to also watch and hear how you interact with someone who is, quote, just an assistant. So watch yourselves out there. Always assume the casting director is watching. Always assume the casting director is watching you. So that's it, guys. If you want to follow me, as always, I'm at Hollywood Actors Guide pretty much everywhere there can be social media. You can email me at hollywoodactorsguide@gmail.com with any questions. And in the meantime, break a leg out there, and remember, you are not alone.